Hello and welcome to Mr. Wiley Teaches Math. Today we're going to be multiplying fractions. When we added and subtracted fractions, the very first thing we said that we weren't going to make improper fractions out of mixed fractions. With multiplication we are. Anytime that we see a mixed fraction, we're going to make it improper. For adding and subtracting, we always found the lowest common denominator. We're not going to have to do that when we multiply. We are going to still need to reduce all answers to lowest terms. So let's take a look at a very simple start, 1/2 multiplied by 3/5. Okay, there are no mixed numbers. We don't have to worry about that. We don't have to find a common denominator. All we have to do is multiply the numerators and the denominators together. So my numerators, I can think of it as 1 times 3, and denominators 2 times 5. 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 5 is 10, and up with the answer of 3/10. 3 is prime, 3, 6, 9, 12, doesn't go into 10, so this is in lowest terms. So I've done that stage. So 1/2 times 3/5 is 3/10. Alright, let's try 1/4 multiplied by 2/5. Again, there's no numbers we need to make it mixed, and we don't have to find a common denominator, so we can just start by multiplying the numerators. 1 times 2, which is 2, and 5 times 4, which is 20, and I get 2/20ths. 2 and 20 are both even, which means they will reduce. So 2 divides by 2, and so does 20. 2 divided by 2 is 1, 20 divided by 2 is 10, so the answer is 1/10. So 1/4 times 2/5 is 1/10. Alright, in our third example, we do have a mixed number. So the very first thing we're going to do is change that into an improper fraction. And remember that we do that 2 times 3 plus 1. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, so 7/3, they're equivalent, multiplied by 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to multiply my numerator. 7 times 1 is 7, and denominator 3 times 2 is 6, and 7, 6. It's still improper. 7 is larger than 6, so I'm going to have to reduce. How many times does 6 go into 7? It goes in once, with 1 remainder, so I'm going to get 1 and 1/6. 1 and 1/6. Alright, in this case we have two mixed numbers. We're going to have to make both of them improper. So 3 times 4 plus 1. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. I can keep my denominator the same at 4. And multiply it. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And keep the same denominator of 2. Alright, 13 times 5 on the top and 8 times 2 on the bottom. So 13 times 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 1 is 65. 65 over 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, that's definitely improper. How many times does 8 go into 65? I know 8 times 8 is 64, so I'm going to have 1 left over. I'm going to have 8 and 1/8. It's the same as 8 and 1/8. So 8 and 1/8 is the answer that we get when we multiply 3 1/4 times 2 1/2. Sometimes your textbook is going to write the word of. If we see of, really when you take it to your textbook and you write it down, you don't even have to write of, just write the multiplication symbol, because that's what of means. Of means multiply. So let's do this last one. There's no mixed numbers, so 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 3 is 12. They're both even numbers, so it will reduce. They both divide by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 12 divided by 6 is 2. I get an answer of 1/2. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check the class website for additional notes and assignments.